What's happening, peeps and peepettes? Hope you guys are having an awesome day. In this video, we are going to get a closer look at the Styx dreadnought. Is it a cruiser? I believe it is, right? It's a cruiser. It should be a cruiser. Dreadnought cruiser. Yes, it is. Now, this thing is obviously one of the grand prizes if you're opening up the Emperor's lockbox. That is the current lockbox in Star Trek Online, and the price of this thing, if you go to more details, it says right here on the first available prices that you can obtain is the Styx Terran Dreadnought Cruiser. And if you don't know what this thing is, this is some kind of new abbreviation of Star Trek Online that they made because they couldn't get the big giant ship that was surrounding a sun in the game because that was too big. So what they did, they in the game they shrinked the sun and put it on top of a dreadnought or on top of a cruiser, and there's like, well, this is what we have. It's kind of fun that they did that. But anyway, this is the current lockbox prize if you win it. There are two ways of obtaining this thing. You can obviously open a bunch of lockboxes and hopefully pray to the Star Trek Online gods that you can have one of these as a prize. And the other way is just go through the exchange. Currently about 410 million EC. You can be the owner of one of these things to fly around with your own personal sunlight on top of your cruiser. But I'm currently on triple testing server. I really don't want to open this thing because I'm probably not going to use it. And so why bother, right? Why bother? But we are doing a review on this thing, so we are definitely going to see more details on this thing. Now this is a little bit of a backstory that Cryptic has made for us, a little bit of like history, why this thing has come to be. And I always find it very interesting to read this thing because it's usually full of, techno bubble that I really enjoy. So here we go. So incidents with the altered dimension known as the mirror universe have resulted in various acquisitions from the other side. The result of some of these acquisitions, the Styx dreadnought cruiser clearly draws inspiration from the ISS Charon. And Charon is that big ship that was surrounding a sun that they couldn't get in the game because it was too big. It was definitely too big to have in the game. So they compromised with something something like this. Commanded by the Emperor Giorgio, with some of their finer detail in its origin shrouded in mystery. Despite its more retro looks, the Styx is an entirely up-to-date starship that poses a daunting presence whenever it appears. The starship features a commander engineering / command station and a lieutenant commander / intelligence station. So we have two different intelligent bridge officers, so you can use command abilities and also intelligent abilities. So that's special to the normal tactical engineering and all that science stuff. So you can use, commander abilities and intelligence abilities. But anyway, the command ships are impressive vessels designed to inspire those around them. But when a command ship or its teammates activate bridge officer ability, all command ships on the team will receive a small amount of inspirating resources. Command bridge officer abilities generate additional inspiration. When a command ship inspiration meter is full, they can use up to 3 powerful abilities that can turn the tide of battle. We'll have to see this in game because this currently does not mean anything to me. To be honest. All right, so this starship comes equipped with a console universal. Ooh, that's gonna be what? Magneto hydrodynamic fusion Epulsion? What? Okay, so that thing, when activated, this console attacks the target power signatures, decreasing their power levels, hull resistance, and mobility. Foes within when the ship dies also get infected. Infected with what? Okay. This console also provides a passive boost to phaser damage and control resistance. This console can be equipped in any console slot, any ship, but only one of these consoles at any given time. After achieving level 5 in your Styx, dreadnought, cruiser, starship mastery, you will unlock the Vaulting Ambition starship trait. While this trait is active, your weapon gained a massive critical chance versus foe at low health. Why would you have that? I wonder. Is it like a critical severity that lingers for a certain amount of seconds, or is it just versus the low health, so you can have like a really high crit and just kill them over and over again in 3 times maybe? But in my book, dead is dead, right? What is up with that? This starship comes equipped with a hangar bay, the Terran Empire frigates, powerful pets that shred that shred foes with fire at will, agony ray, resilient linked phaser beam weapons, and quantum torpedo technology, and can only be slotted in this starship. Additionally, it allows the purchase and use of mirror universe shuttlecraft, rapid fighters that use a beam overload, tractor beam, and phaser beam to harass and hamper your foes. Okay. The last part it's kind of interesting. So this is also going to unlock these mirror universe shuttlecrafts if you obtain these things. So it's definitely cool to, if you want, you know, if you want shuttlecrafts to be something that you can use on your carriers. Me personally, but then I have to wait until this thing drops in prices a little bit more. This starship can be used from any level upon completing the tutorial experience. As you level up, this starship gains additional hull, weapon slots, and console slots. Very nice. So it is required for you to complete the tutorial, and then you can use this thing overall in your Star Trek Online experience with a hull modifier of 1.45. Whew, that is a lot. That is crazy high. Shield modifier of 1.25. Wow, this thing is also a shield tank in addition to hull tanking. Very nice. I am enjoying that part immensely. 4 weapons on the front, 4 weapons on the aft, room for 4 devices. Console modification, 4 tactical, 4 engineering, and 3 science. For those that do math, we got 4, 8, 11 consoles on this thing. Very nice. With a base turn rate of 7 degrees per second. Definitely dreadnought a turn rate right here. 7 is not a lot. Impulse modifier of 0.16 with an inertia rating of 30. This thing has plus 10 to weapon power, plus 5 to shield power, and also plus 5 to engine power at default. The universal console, the magnetohydrodynamic fusion expulsion. We have to see that in action. No idea what that is. Also has 1 hangar bay loaded with the Terran Empire frigates, can load cannons and also dual heavy cannons. The inspiration ability, turn the tide against all odds, and battle preparation. Hold on. This does remind me of something. So this is not something that they added new. So this is something that is existing in the game already. So, but I have not been using dreadnoughts or dreadnought cruisers in this case. So this needs to refresh my memory when I'm actually going to see, maybe on the user interface or something. Cruiser command array, so weapon system efficiency and attract fire. So attract fire actually gives me the idea that this thing is going to be tanking a lot, especially if you see the shield modifier and the hull modifier. You can definitely use that to your advantage. Starship package, dreadnought cruiser, rapid repairs, enhanced hull plating. All of these combined is just, you know, tanking abilities, devastating weaponry is going to increase critical chance, armored hull again, survivability. So this thing is definitely tank-like. And the vaulting ambition is the starship trait. Did we read about this thing? Yeah. Vaulting ambition, what is it? Your weapons gain massive critical severity versus foes at low health. So what are we going to see in this video? I'm going to take this thing into the customization, see what kind of customization we can do. After that, we're going to head over in space and see how it compares to a Lucari scout ship. After that, we are going to take this thing into battle and see how much punishment this thing can survive. So let's get to it and I'll be right back to you guys. So this is how it looks like in the customization. Kind of looks like a bug of some sort. Ugh. And where's the sunlight? There is no sun. Maybe that has to do with Tribble, but the sun is off. There was no more plasma in the sun. It's gone. The sun doesn't have any more... Actually, it doesn't work on plasma, right? It works on hydrogen. Yeah, so the hydrogen in the sunlight is gone. It's empty right now. Can we zoom in more than that? Nope. Why not, Cryptic? Let us zoom in a little bit more than this. I don't see any details. Only one template. Okay. So there is no unique bridge. I know that there is one particular person that is not going to be able to live with themselves because I'm not making bridge tours. I really apologize for that. So this is how it looks like. So this is the underneath the belly of this thing, and this is on top. Now I have not seen this thing in action, to be honest, on the server. So, whoa, what is this? Kind of looks like an exhaust pipe. All right, how many? Oh, so many different templates we can use on these things, material types. All right, windows. Let me do those first. So windows on this upper part right here and the lower part right here. And unfortunately, I cannot zoom in more than that. So you guys have to do with what we are seeing right there. And there is one, and or at least the difference between 1 and 2. It's kind of like bluish, but that's about it. So how am I supposed to know which type of material or windows in this case I'm going to use if I can't actually zoom in? What is up with that? Anyway, type 2 and 3 right here, there is no real distinguishing between them, just a little bit more or less, a little bit like, you know, different shapes. Type 3 and 4, it's a different color, looks like yellowish. And 5 is the way that this ship comes out of the box if you don't do any modification to it. So let us see how this thing is going to change its appearance when we are going to equip the different material types. So let us start with a discovery. Ooh. I do enjoy this part. So this is definitely the discovery themed materials that they use on the, you know, the Discovery starship. Kind of like it. Type 1. Ooh. I'm enjoying the Bussard collectors being a little bit different color than the normal blue. But for the ship, it's like, meh. All right, number 2. Number 2 is a big letdown, though. I saw it on the other reviews that I did from the Discovery pack that they released. Number 2 is a little bit of a letdown. All right, number 3 is, I believe, no, ooh, I'm loving this. The blue, the dark blue on the warpness cells. That is sick. Loving it. What about underneath? Oh, wow. Very, very nice. Now this is totally a cryptic creation of these ships, or at least from this ship, because this is not from the TV show at all. Number 4. Oh, number 4 is looking badass. Very nice. I don't know who did this, but it looks very cool. All right, number 5 is, I believe, no. I don't know which material type they use. Oh, I think it's one of these two. Yeah, it's Discovery Era Terran Type 2. That is the material that they used when this ship comes out of the box. But anyway, this is Discovery Material Type 5. Very nice. I'm liking it. Even though it's just a little bit too reflective. And this is too dark. This is definitely scare factor. Very, very cool. Very cool though. Even though it's like kind of something the Reman should be using, you know, in their ships. Very cool. All right, so Terran Type 2. No. What? Where did it jump to this? What is this? What is this? There. Discovery Era Terran Type 2. This is how it is coming out of the box. Terran Type 1. Now this has to do with the mirror materials being included in this pack. So that's why you're actually seeing this as material types right here. Terran Type 1 and Type 2. It looks like clownish to me. They're, you know, the material that are being used are not really doing this ship any justice at all. The red is really bad. It's too much red all over the place. Okay, Type 8B. I don't know what that is. I'm guessing that has to do with the original series, TOS. TOS themed version of this thing with a B. The 8 without any letters to it, I'm in love with. And also type is it Type 0? Look at this thing. How can you not love this thing the way it is looking right here? And look at that red line right there is just the finishing, it's just the cherry on top, the finishing color. Oh, that is sick. And I do love the pattern that they used on this, whatever it is. Kind of looks like carbon fiber-ish material, even though carbon fiber doesn't have that surface to it. Very nice. So the veteran and the upgrade you guys might have, but the veteran, some of you don't, because the veteran has to do with, you know, being a lifetime member of this ship. There we go. And it's kind of weird to see that the sun is not there. I mean, obviously you really don't want to have a sun inside the customization part. Or do you, right? Don't you just want to customize the color of the sun as well? So you can make it like blue or red or green. Ooh, they should give us that option to make the sun like different color. Oh man, that would be awesome. 7, I'm very, very liking on this ship. Material type number 7 is more like Starfleet, or at least the newer type ships that they're being using. to make it like, you know, federation-y, if that's even a word. Type 6. Type 6 makes it look like this thing is like an alien or something. Some kind of alien fungus bug type thing. All right, type 5. Yep, not really enjoying type 5. I do love the reflection, but it's just a little bit too much. Type 4, a little bit darker, or I should say a lot darker than normal. So that's that. I did love these material types though. Number 4, I used to, you know, back in the days, I used to fly all my ships with this because it made it like formidable. Type 3. Okay. Type 2. Is there any difference between these two? Oh, okay. It does change the ship a little bit. What you guys think? Which one is your favorite? Mine is coming up actually. Even though I said 8, 8 is definitely one of my favorite, but there is another one that is right here. NX Refit, the refitted version. Not really interested in this because it's like uniform, or at least it says it's like one color and that's about it. Unicolor, if that's even a word. There's no distinguishing between these colors of this thing. NX. So this is basically the Enterprise, even though it's a little bit darker than the Enterprise though. I thought the Enterprise was a little bit more colorized than that. Anyway, my favorite one is coming up, and that is type 1. Or no, it's not type 1. I think it's type 0. Yep. Type 1 is not my favorite. Correction needed right there. Okay, my favorite is the last one. Type 0. Look at that. Look at that. That is a beauty right there. I love the 3-tone colors. So you got the gray, you got this darker brownish color, and you have the red from the warp nacelles. Definitely the same color as the Enterprise had on that Bussard collector's thingy that was spinning around. I just love it. I love it, man. The old fashioned is more beautiful than everything, you know, together. Now, obviously, you can mismatch your colors right here, put some pattern overlays on top. I'm not really sure that anybody uses these things as color over their ship, and you can definitely make it really bad looking, like I'm going to do right now, just to show you guys that this is an option, right? It is available if you want to, you know, if you want to say, hey, my child actually colorized this ship for me, and I bought it. I made all of the changes to the ship. But anyway, I'm going to press cancel to cancel all of the changes that I made right now, and we are going to head into space to see how this ship is compared to a really small Lucari triangle scout ship. So here we are in space. You can actually see that this thing is definitely going to take this burrito and eat it up for breakfast. It's definitely tiny compared to this thing, or you can actually say that this thing is huge with the sunlight on top right here that is being held by some kind of force field, I believe. and it is irradiating some kind of like radiational glow thingy. Nice. It looks very formidable. The turn rate is, as you guys expected, it is a battle cruiser. Even though it is named the Runner, that's just amazing. I didn't actually change the name, by the way. This is just, you know, when I opened it up, this is what it came with at default. So this is how it looks like. I did not change anything. I pressed cancel on the modification that we did, and I'm actually going to show you guys what the statistics are on this ship. If you go to the statistics, even though they don't actually mean a lot, because as you guys know, my ship, or at least my build for space is not existing, but it is doing 9.2 degrees per second. So you can definitely amplify the turning rate by RCS consoles and make it, you know, turn faster if that's something that you want to do. But then again, it's going to cost you a console slot. But I would say just use evasive maneuvers over and over again just to position your ship, you know, where it needs to be. And you know, that could be interesting. But this is how it looks. This is how it turns. It's kind of slow as you expect. It comes equipped with these terran Empire frigates. Now, these particular ones, I didn't obtain the fleet version, and I highly recommend you guys grabbing the fleet version, because these are just yucky. These are just the one that comes with the ship. This has each of these things have like 2 times the resilient seal linked phaser beam array on the front, one resilient linked phaser beam array on the front, quantum torpedo launcher on the front, and also a beam array on the aft that has the ability to use beam fired wheel 1. I believe the fleet version can use beam fired wheel 3, and the agony ray version 1, I believe the fleet version either uses 2 or 3. Don't quote me on this, but definitely would recommend grabbing the elite version from the fleet. It's going to cost you 30,000 dilithium, but definitely worth it if you are utilizing this ship to its full potential. The starship mastery of this thing is definitely the dreadnought. So it's going to regenerate 1.25% of your current maximum every 3 seconds in space, and twice this amount is regenerated out of combat, because you definitely need to heal up with this ship. Level 2, 25 energy and radiation damage resistance rating. Level 3, critical chance 2.5%. Level 4, in 10% whole hit points. This is definitely needing to be a whole tank or a shield tank, because shields are also being modified by a high amount. And the unlockable starship trait, plus 175 critical chance versus the foes below 20% health. It does not say that this thing stacks, but I'm just theorizing right now. If you have 175% critical severity and use beam fire at will, for an example, or cannon scatter volley, the entirety of enemies being hit are going to get 175 critical severity in increasement of your standard stuff. Bridge officer station we have not covered. So we have a lieutenant commander universal / intelligence station. So you can basically put everybody up here, tactical, science or engineering, and also make them intelligence or utilize the intelligent abilities right here. We have an ensign universal station, so we can put up ensign abilities from the tactical science and engineering. We have a lieutenant commander tactical. You can utilize all of the tactical abilities. We have a commander engineering and command station. I don't know if I have any command abilities on my bridge officers. Yeah, right here. So you can use these kind of stuff in addition to the normal engineering stuff. And the last one is a lieutenant science station that you can use for your healing purposes for your hull and your shield, or use them in other ways, gem sensors and stuff like that, feedback pulse, DRB, whatever have you that is science related. What else to show you? Yeah, I'm gonna take a second just to bring up the Admiralty card. Alright, so we got the Styx dreadnought, the Terran dreadnought cruiser with 4 stars in its rarity, so definitely a cool looking ship to have in your deck of cards. 53 point in engineering, 43 in tactical, and 30 in science. That is ignores plus and minus engineering from events. Very nice. 18 hours in maintenance after use. Obviously you cannot use this thing over and over again. It has to be on a cooldown somewhere. So what has this ship? This ship has 4 weapons on the front: normal, standard, deflector, impulse, warp, and a shield slot. 4 weapons on the aft, room for 4 devices, room for 4 console slots for the engineering, also 3 for science and 4 for tactical, with a hangar bay that I definitely recommend you guys grabbing yourself the fleet variant. That's about it. Nothing more to showcase except the information on this magneto hydrodynamic fusion expulsion. When activating this console, distort a magnetic field around the ship's exotic fusion core, causing a violent explosion from the ionized plasma at the device corona. At this blindingly hot corona matter is ejected, any ship not vaporized instantly is flung away, their hull lit afire and weakened by the aftermath. If activated from any ship other than the Styx, this console instead creates a unstable variant of the Stahl class phenomenon believed to power that vessel, which detonates to approximately the same effect. What is the Stahl class? I have no idea what that is. Do we have that? Do we have that in game, the Stahl class phenomenon? So this thing also powers up the plus 15 in phaser weapon damage increasement, plus 25 in starship control expertise, so you can use this console on your phaser build that also does control expertise, that also utilize gravity well and stuff like that. So the magneto hydrodynamic thingy, 5 kilometer range, 230 degree front coning arc, I'm guessing. 2 seconds charge, 2 minute cooldown to the foes above and around you within 5 kilometers. A lot of radiation damage and also damage over time for the next 10 seconds. Now, I'm not naming these numbers because these numbers are based on my particular build. You guys can have like a totally different number, but just to make sure, my build, 5,797 radiation damage and a damage over time by 617. Also, minus 15 all damage resistance rating for the next 10 seconds, so definitely a debuff as well. Knocks away from you, and if activated from any other ships than the Styx, first spawns the Stahl class phenomenon that quickly erupts, causing the above. Oh, that is that is too short. That is definitely too short for. I don't know who wrote this. Cause the above. Go to go to the top again. That's also skill that affect this ability EPG. Obviously. All right, so let's take this thing into combat because there is no bridge sure in this particular case. And don't give me any beef on the bridge officer selection because this is just to showcase what this ship is capable of and not how good I can build ships. So Japori, it is the ISS Runner. That is what we name this thing. So we are definitely going to utilize these hangar pets. And like I said, don't give me any beef about my build. My build is good enough. I don't know what I selected, but it's good enough. All right, here we go. We still need to be in a little bit closer. Here we go. That is what we are doing. Now, keep in mind, this thing is a tank in all kinds of, you know, shield and whole tank. So it's not going to dish out a lot of power, but it is pushing these guys away with the tractor beam repulsor. And my shields are gone. I don't know why my shields were gone, but it's gone. And it is definitely pushing them back. Which are we fighting? This guy. Now, turning rate at default, all that plasma is going to hit. That plasma is going to hit. And that's not mine, by the way. That's somebody else. That actually is doing that. There we go. Oh man, where's my evasive maneuvers? Oh, that explosion is going to kick my butt. And it did. Whew. All-right, so can we actually kill the frigate? Let's do full all powers to weapons. And still we cannot dish out enough damage for these guys. Then we just push them back. And then we die. Oh, that is so typical. Let's just balance them again because that just kicked my butt really bad. Okay, round 2. I still need to showcase this thing, so let's do that. No. I don't want to attract fire. Give me weapon systems. Okay, so what does it say? Within 3 kilometers, 5 kilometers. Okay, so we need to be a little bit closer. Don't repulse them. We need to be close with them. All right, so here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and what's happening? What's happening? Ooh! It made like a pulsating thingy. What? That's not good. I'm dying. I'm dying too quickly. I'm not doing this ship any justice. Guys, this ship is definitely better than I am displaying it. My build is just not good enough. Cause I'm just using the normal, what is it, level less items. So it's not good. But this is the new mechanics, or at least not the new mechanics. Here we go. What is this? So we got turn the tide, affected friend, inspiration. Oh, come on, man, I was reading. So bonus damage, weapon, 100% weapon cost. Or the team bridge officer ability cooldown recharge. But now I cannot use it because it's gone. Because that blew up. Okay, so this thing is... Let me just give you guys a rundown of what this thing is. Because I'm not doing enough damage. Or at least I'm not doing this ship any justice. Because it's like... It's better than that. I can assure you. I can assure you that this ship is better than I'm making it look like. So as you guys can see, the turning rate of this thing is not a lot. 9.5 degrees, and you saw it when I was doing combat right here. It doesn't turn, or at least it does not want to turn, because it's like really big as a ship. It's bulky, so it's not going to turn. But it is having enough firepower right here. We'll have, you know, with 8 weapon slots and 4 tactical console slots. So it can perform really good DPS wise. That's why it is called the dreadnought cruiser. Dreadnought meaning, you know, it can dish out lots of firepower to the enemy, killing them quickly. The other thing is that this thing actually needs some kind of like not survivability, but the turning rate on this thing is the Achilles heel, because survivability is really good if you just equip the normal shields and, you know, have enough bridge officer abilities that are going to help you with your hull. Because right now it is sitting on 65,000 hull without me balancing, or at least without me adding points to the skill tree right here. So you can definitely go crazy about that. It does have enough room for you to actually make this thing more tanky, more beefy that I am displaying it to be. Because you can definitely use all 4 of these consoles, or at least these slots, to, you know, to utilize survivability on this thing. And there is also another route. If you kill off the enemy a lot quicker, you don't need to survive really, you know, really long in combat. So there are 2 ways of playing with this ship. You can make it do DPS like crazy and not a lot of survivability, because then you're going to sacrifice the console slots from the engineering to put some kind of universal console that is going to enhance your weapons or stuff like that. Or you can use the engineering for survivability and be like tank and aggro everybody with this attract fire option right here. That is going to increase your threat generation, so everybody is going to attack you, and by, you know, utilizing the engineering console slots, you can actually survive more of the onslaught that your enemy is going to throw down to you, so your teammates can actually have free reign and kill off the enemy. So there are 2 train of thoughts on this particular ship, and I do apologize for making this video a little bit late. I totally forgot that there was a different ship that was that I needed to do a review about. I thought I already did, but that is something to do with me and my busy life. But anyway, 2 train of thoughts. This is definitely something that you might consider using when you have enough EC laying around, or when you are lucky at the lock boxes and opening them. So this thing has enough room or enough capability to, you know, dish out enough firepower to actually make it count. Or you can go the other way, the other route, to do more survivability. Now, I highly recommend you guys not judging this particular ship by what you saw here, because I'm not doing it any justice, including my bridge officer layout. That is just the worst ever. So this thing, you know, can dish out more firepower and can survive more. Just to summarize what I've been saying like for the last 10 minutes. This thing is really a beast. It's doing radiation damage, and you actually don't need a foe to activate it. So here we go again. In 3, 2, 1, click. Boom! Radiation damage to everybody in the vicinity of 5 kilometers, I believe, right? Yep. 5 kilometers doing 6,917.2 radiation damage based on my build. If you have, you know, better consoles and stuff like that you can enhance radiational damage, that number is going to go up and up. That's about it for this particular ship. Hope you guys had a little bit of fun and knowledge coming out of my channel. Love to see you guys on other videos that I'm going to do as well. For what it is worth, no, that's it. that's it. Hope you guys have a really great weekend, and I'd love to see you guys on other videos as well. For now, take care and later.